Many people don't know that Desi Arnaz was not just one of the stars of I Love Lucy. He was the show's executive producer as well. He was also an innovative pioneer in the field of producing situation comedies. He created the concept of shooting television shows with several cameras at the same time, instead of relying on just one camera like feature films, and shooting the same scene over and over from different angles. He felt comedy needed to be fresh to work, and that the only way to achieve that was to get it right from all angles at the same time. That concept became a staple of the industry, and it's still being used today. But back in 1951, it was unheard of.
The format of the show, like I said, was so basic. It was a show about people, and television is people. I mean, you have to like the people that you're looking at, and you have to identify with them, like you say. And that was one thing that was very good. And our writers were great, and the chemistry of the four people, Fred and Ethel and Lucy and Ricky, all worked beautifully together. But another thing that was important is that out of necessity, we came out with this new way of filming comedies. See, we were the only ones that did multiple cameras in front of an audience. We filmed the show.
Did you use three cameras? I think I
three,
from
four.
From the pictures.
At least three, sometimes four. When I had a big production number, I might have used 5. Now, nobody had done film. This was film. This was 35mm film, just like they used.
They're getting back to that now. I don't know, MTM,
Yeah.
Mary Tyler Moore's productions
Well, yeah,
are done
they
on
use
film.
tape now. Some of them use
Some
tape
of them,
because tape is very good. Nowadays, tape wasn't non-existent.
Yeah.
But that came out of a necessity. Our pilot was done live, and they wanted us to go to New York to do the shows, because if you did it live in the West Coast, before the cable, before your time, the only thing that they got in the East Coast was a kinescope. And kinescope was terrible quality. See, tape is very good today. Well, in those days, they didn't have tape, and they didn't have the cable. So I said, why don't we do it on film? And then everybody around the country would get the same quality. All right, that was fine. And CBS said, yeah, that's fine, film. They didn't like it too much because they would lose control of it a little bit. But they said the only other thing is we like Lucy to work in front of an audience. She's better in front of an audience. And they were right. She is better in front of an audience. I think everybody that does comedy
you
is better in front of an audience.
Sure,
you know.
sure.
So out of left field, I said, all right, so we do it on film in front of an audience. William Paley, who's the head man of CBS, says, what is that? I said, well, what is that? He says, film in front of an audience. I said it, so I figure I say it again. He said, you know how to do that? I said, sure. My dad always used to say, if you read the book, nothing faced him, had a big problem. He says, there must be a way. So I figured there must be a way of doing it. And we came up with this system. And of course, when I Love Lucy became the #1 show on television, done in that system, they couldn't argue with the system anymore. So we did Dick Van Dyke, Mary Tyler Moore. We did Make Room for Daddy, for Danny Thomas. We did the Jack Benny shows. We did the Ann Southern show. We did Our Miss Brooks. We did December Bride. We did the Whiting Girls, Ray Bolger, Durante. Every comedy that was done in those days was done with our system of film in front of an audience, so that everything was spontaneous. And it's a lot better than dubbing the laughs.
Desi Arnaz died in 1986, leaving behind a pioneering legacy that has shaped television for all time. The other cast members are also no longer with us. William Frawley died in 1966. Vivian Vance died in 1979, and Lucille Ball died in 1989. They have all left behind an enduring tribute to the art of television comedy that has earned each of them a place in American pop culture. And worth the drive to Jamestown, by the way, in upstate New York, is the Lucy Desi Museum in Lucy's hometown. I've been there. For you diehard fans, it's a must-see. You can learn more about the Lucy Desi Museum through a link on your screen. And if you have a favorite I Love Lucy moment or episode, tell us about it. Post your comments on the RerunIt.com audience page. Also, look for that link on your screen. If you like listening to our interview clips with Desi Arnaz, listen to them again. Some things are worth repeating here on RerunIt.com. And don't forget to check out our interview clips with some of your other favorite stars as well. If you're a fan of classic television comedy, then you won't want to miss our interview clips with Isabel Sanford, the Emmy Award-winning star of The Jeffersons. Did you know that Isabel was originally hired for just one episode of All in the Family to play Lionel's aunt to establish the Jeffersons' move into the neighborhood? How did that one episode turn into an award-winning career as Wheezy?
They liked what I did. So tremendous that they called me back. And they had, because I said to John Rich, I said, but I was supposed to be the aunt. He said, who's going to remember?
Show business. Check out our interview with Isabel Sanford right here on RerunIt.com. From Los Angeles, I'm Brad Lemack. Thanks for watching.